Welcome back to Redstone with Dave.
And Baker,
Oh,
hello. Now
I
there are
see.
tons of tutorials for stuff that you can do with these,
Mm-hmm.
which we're about to get into. One of their main uses is flying machines.
Ooh.
And there's not one here right now because I have to build it. So, I have a piston here. This is a normal piston. I need another sticky piston. And then we have a slime block here. Then a sticky piston. So this is a base engine. Almost. So this is sort of like a very basic engine.
Okay.
So basically, every time you update this, and I'm going to use flint and steel because the fire will break immediately because it needs to be on a certain block in order to move.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a flint and steel so that way the fire just gets broken immediately so don't stuff. And so you'll see a lot of people use flint and steel in videos for that reason, for slime blocks.
Cool.
Because as soon as the piston moves, the fire is trying to be on like a moving piston block, which it can't exist.
Okay. Makes
So
sense.
that happens. Yeah, so this is the movement. So each time we update the piston on this side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So each time we update the piston that I am standing on,
Yeah.
it moves.
Gotcha. So I guess on the okay, I gotcha. So you can stand on it and keep clicking it, and it moves things. Is there a way to make it go like automatically, so it just keeps on going?
There is. So you basically just have to provide a constant block update to the piston.
Okay.
So normal piston. Da, 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 da. There we go. And so now what we're doing is we're building one of those bud detector things. Right here. So this basically, when it gets extended, it'll update, which will push it up, and then it'll stay pushed up. And then when it comes back down, it updates this piston again, which triggers the cycle again.
Okay.
So if we update it,
Oh boy. You've created a monster. There's no stopping this thing now. Until it gets to the other obsidian block.
that's what we get into next, is that obsidian stops pistons, and there are a couple blocks like that which we'll go over there. Obsidian is used basically just because it doesn't have a GUI. So obsidian is really hard to break normally with a diamond pickaxe, and it's also completely impervious to explosions.
Oh, okay.
The wither can blow it up, but everything, all TNT and creeper stuff cannot blow this up.
Okay, so like, what are some of the uses? Like, why would you use this in Minecraft? Is this more for demonstration purposes, or would you see something like this being built for something?
So there are a couple of uses for it. Sorry, I leaned away from the mic. So one of the things is that I'd say sort of like one of the more crazy uses is that the way spawners, so like the monster spawners in Minecraft generate, they generate based on structures that the seed creates as it's loading the world. So the seed will create sort of like this little structure made out of cobblestone and stone.
Okay.
And then when a sort of like a general world populator goes over it and it sees that structure, it says, oh, the seed generator told me to put a spawner here.
Okay.
But the seed generator doesn't always make those spawner rooms.
Right.
So what you can actually do, and the world generator thing happens when you load the chunks, right?
Yeah.
For the first time. So this only works in new chunks. So basically, if you know in a seed where a spawner could possibly be, then you can send these things out, pushing a bunch of blocks in that correct pattern out really far away. And then when you load the chunks, the world generator goes over it and says, "Oh, hey, there's this spawner structure here. I need to put a spawner there." So you can have like 4 skeleton spawners and
Oh, wow.
within like 5 blocks of each other.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's one of the uses. There are a lot of other things. One of the sort of current things that people are trying to do is create an auto quarry.
Okay.
So basically, because these things can actually carry pistons along with them, the idea is that, oh, it goes all the way over here, and then it picks up a block out of the ground, and then it flies over to a processing area where it sends the block somewhere else where it can be destroyed. And one
Okay.
of the mobile ways to destroy blocks is withers. And then you have a couple of entities like hopper minecarts picking up the destroyed blocks and depositing them into hopper chests.
Cool. Oh,
And
okay.
so there are a lot of challenges with that. One of the main ones is creating a spot to hold that wither that can move,
Okay.
because the wither cage has to be able to move, otherwise you'll get really far away. And making sure that this can travel back and forth and down to continue picking.
Okay, cool.
So it's super, super complicated.
Yeah.
And the community thinks it's possible, but the sort of only working versions are very, very limited.
All right. So this is part of a new frontier. This is step 1.
It is.
Awesome.
And I'm sure I'm missing sort of like other uses for it. Like you can build bridges with it if you make a cobblestone generator, sort of like in our factions wall over there. You can have this thing come over and pick up some of the cobblestone and then fly out to the end of the bridge and put the blocks in the bridge. And then
Okay.
they get up and fly back to the cobblestone generator and pick up more blocks.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of stuff you can do with them. Another one is like if you need to clear out a lot of water, you can put a bunch of these in the ocean and then they'll just fill up all of the water space.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty cool use of it.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of things that and they're not applicable to a lot of stuff, but it's really cool when you do get a chance to. I am not the king of these at all. This is they're really awesome, but if I ever want to do anything with them, I am following a tutorial.
Yeah, well, this is helpful because it's step 1, and it sounds like there's still a lot to be discovered. So some room for creativity.
There's definitely a tons of stuff to try to figure out with these.
Awesome. Very cool.